right? The only thing you're starting to see is major corporations owning these things. And when it first came in, one of the things that really pissed me off, and there's nothing you could do about it, is all our caregivers, all our people that had the creation, that created the gummies, that worked so hard to understand how to make BHO, all these damn things. They all got hired up right away by these corporate companies, kept around for 6 months, and then shit canned. And then those SOPs suddenly were part of that fucking company's business, and they're hiring people for a fraction of the wage to fulfill those SOPs. That's trash. That's not what I voted for. And I watched it happen not to one company, but I've seen a bunch of companies do that shit. And they were all out-of-state people. So
this is one of the biggest topics on our podcast because for a while, I'm not going to lie to you, when I first started the podcast, I knew about, we called them growers, but we did not know caregivers. Even now, I can't tell you a caregiver in my county because of how commercialized dispensaries are and how available they are. It took until I met a few people, different people within the caregiver market, to understand that some of these larger corporations are just completely wiping out caregivers. Like people will call them mom and pops or different ways. So when did you start to see that corporate interests taking a hold of Michigan as far as like cannabis?
Before the law passed, how's that? So in the writings of it, one of the problems that I had, and I wasn't influential enough, I suppose, at the time for a voice to matter, but my opinion was that the fact that somehow at the table we wound up having to concede or needing to concede to a 2-year moratorium on allowing anybody from out of state to come into the state as a business was I saw that as a setup, right? So 2 years. So, and it surely was. 18 months later was the first license. So from when we passed it, 18 months later was when the first license came online in the state of Michigan, and they gave 24 months of people that could not come into the state of Michigan. So what's that really leave? And then let me add this. At that time, the only way you could get a recreational license was to have a medical grow first. So all these people coming out of state come in and bought this big medical grow license, and they had to have that first before they could get the rec, right? And that was a money grab, because if you look at it now, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can apply for one. You don't have to have $444,000 worth of equity, and you don't have to have done business tax returns for 10 years and all of the bullshit. But that happened for the first 6 months, first year, or whatever. So again, this whole law, oppressive, it's bullshit. I feel like we rip it up and piss on it. I love all the work that everybody put on it, but let's just start back, right? So, and we don't need all the petitions and shit. Let's just bring it back to like, yeah, we passed it, and now let's start again.
Right.
Come to a better. We don't need a CRA that is run by the police. And we don't need this division of the state police to come back and criminalize our citizens.
Right.
When whatever that department cost, it could be going to the shortage of manpower they have for the 10,000 kits in the state. I think they could do a lot of fucking other things.
Yeah, for sure. I got a question for you. I want to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I've asked this same question to a few people, and they politely don't answer. So if you politely don't answer, I understand. I'll ask another question. A lot of people talk about the corporations that came and did these different things to get preference for license. Who are these corporations?
Oh, that's fun. No, I'd give no fuck. Skymint was one. So there was early on there was a list, kind of a boycott situation that Bergen Roach and the Medical Mondays podcast had put out. And that did a lot of work. You know, during the House bills, it got a lot of people to continue to see the things that were happening. And like I said, I think it did a lot. But at any rate, there's quite a few of them. Skymint was one of them. Common Citizen is another one. I mean, really, anybody that goes against the idea of medical, and there's a lot of them out there. So for me, again, by letting the outside element in, what you really let in was the people that didn't understand why we all worked so hard, because of the medical values.